Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. You're here at Simple Acre Homestead. It's Sunday and I've got about a 3-hour weekend window here because I'm still working 7 days a week, only I'm working midnights right now. So let me just quickly tell you guys what I've been up to all this week. I got the wood stove going this morning because it's just it's not a bad temperature for November. It's okay. A lot of rain this week, but just to take a little bit of the dampness out of the shop here, I've lit that up. So what I've been working on, since I now have some space, and I don't know if you guys remember, I had mentioned a while back that I was having some issues with my tractor. The steering was kind of going out the steering box. So I didn't record this part, guys, but I finally, since I had room, I pulled it in here. I had a couple hours one night and I tore the steering box out. So you'll see right beside me, we have the steering box, and I ordered one. I am waiting for it. Let me just take you over here a little further. You can see I got the old Kubota tore apart, waiting patiently, and I'm hoping to have this project wrapped up soon. I might actually try to record the video when I reinstall the part. I know it's not the same as seeing something taken apart and put back together, but you know what? I'm not a how-to fix-it channel. We're just here on our 1 acre homestead where we show you what we do on a day-to-day basis. Well, when I have time. So, hope to get this back together. I actually ended up ordering a part from Illinois, which isn't super far from us here where we are in Ontario, Canada. But I was having a hard time finding an aftermarket part, and I didn't want to pay OEM prices, so I found a company in Illinois. With the exchange and taxes and all this, it's still going to cost me just over $1,000 to get this little steering box in. But I kept my old one because I could have got a rebuild kit. But even that, I won't lie, I'm having a hard time finding. I'm just going to stand in a way that the sun isn't gleaming on my phone here. But anyway, even to get just the rebuild kit for this, I think I'm looking at, I'm having a hard time finding it, but I think I'm looking at probably $300 to $400. So I'm probably at some point going to go ahead and order a rebuild as well once I am sure I found the proper kit, and rebuild this old one just to have it as a spare, because from what I understand, it's not super uncommon with these old Kubotas with the front end loaders on them that these steering components do wear out because of that weight, and it's a manual steering, it's not power. So just in case, my plan is to rebuild that kit, or get a rebuild kit, rebuild the old one, put it on a shelf, and have it ready to swap out if I ever have to down the road, which hopefully I never do. But so having said that, maybe I'll hold off on the rebuild kit until I start to see a reason to order one, so I don't use up, money that I don't need to. But anyway, guys, yeah, so the shop is coming along. This end I'm quite happy with because I can actually move around. I can sit there, enjoy some of the fire, and actually I might even do our live out here today. If I can get a good signal on my phone, I may even take a few minutes. Cindy and I'll come out, sit in front of the fire and do the live. Usually I have a little background noise in the corner there. Over here, as we go around, I do have a bit more going on. That's making a little stuffy in here, but as the winter goes, a lot of that, what I have here is just wood. That's all wood there that will get burnt. I have to get outside when I get a little bit of time in the next week or so before the weather gets a little more inconvenient. I got a bunch of skids. Actually, you know what? Let's go for a walk outside, guys. You don't want to just stand here in the garage with me. So it's almost time to do chores, so you can hear the goats. Oh, I want to take you over there anyway because I put together a little playground for them. But anyway, I have in front of the garage a bunch of skids that I have to cut up, and those are all skids, guys. Remember, I think I mentioned in one of my videos, every time I get feed, and there's some more lumber and stuff sitting around, some stuff I still have to put away. But every time I get feed, I get a skid. So I keep that pallet, and I just stack them, keep them, you know, so they're not in a spot where they're going to rot. My plan is still to cut them all up and burn them. It's free heat, free wood. This is done. All that's left is that eaves trough in the back, and I do still want to put some gravel in here in the spring. But otherwise, for the most part, it's complete. The aviary condo. So the only thing I still have to do, guys, is sometime in the near future, I need to find a way to, I don't want to put plastic up unless I have to. I might do it again this year because I'm going to run out of time, especially when I still have probably another 6 days before I'll have a weekend off. So that will be a busy weekend because I need to get some of this stuff wrapped up before, you know, the snow comes. So anyway, all that you see that is open wire, it's the same on both sides. You can see right through. I need to block that because come winter, that's just going to become a place that snow is going to blow in there. It's going to collect, and then, you know, because we do have, oh, I didn't tell you that, but I'll show you that in a sec. Anyway, over here, I put together with some of the stuff that I had pulled out of the shop, a little playground. They do use it, but they don't use it while I'm out here because they would rather treats. So maybe a week ago, I decided to move the turkeys into one of the condos. So they have a nice sheltered spot. And if I can see what you guys are seeing, there we go. So anyway, but you should have seen me moving them over here. So I just did it one night, and it was after a bit of a rain. So they were in. Part of the reason I moved them is because the area that they were in over there kind of gets muddy, and so they were getting quite muddy. And I grabbed them, carried them over because that's where they were. They were over here. I grabbed them like a bear hug because I didn't want to get hit with the wings, and I carried them over, and one by one put them in this containment. Meantime, because it was quite the struggle, I got head to toe mud, and probably not just mud, as you can imagine. But we are slowly. Oh, speaking of which, Cindy told me I have to put a spring or something on this door because it's not closing like it should. We are slowly selling off the breasts. We sold a pair yesterday. Somebody's got a hold of us today also asking about a pair. You know, I don't mind selling them off in pairs. We make some good money that way. I'm not afraid of any competition as far as, you know, people hatching and selling their own in the area. For most part, surprisingly, most people are coming from a long distance away. So that works out quite well. I did get some trees trimmed, just to kind of keep you up to speed here. Because like I said, I haven't been recording a lot because I only have really maybe an hour a day right now where I can get out here and try to accomplish something. So I had come out here last week and I had trimmed up the trees to get them away from the greenhouse. And our garden, if you remember, this is the end that's got the berries and stuff. You can see the shed I built in the summer back down there. Anyway, if you look, let me get my, so right here, it's kind of like a wall right now because I went in and I cut all the branches that were sticking out and got that all cleaned up. The figs, unfortunately, well, let's go look at that, guys. I talk about this every year because every year I cross my fingers and I hope that, hey, maybe, because it always seems like such a waste. These things grow, like here's an example. As you can see, lots of beautiful figs on these, and they're loaded, like they're loaded everywhere here. They come down here, but they just don't have enough time. The only thing I can think of, and I haven't had the opportunity to do it yet, is I might try building an open greenhouse around these. Like try to build up like some kind of a sheltered glass greenhouse so it heats up, but keep the top open so it doesn't get too hot. It's the only thing I can think of that can maybe get these plants enough time that I can get a ripe fruit off them, because it's the challenge for one thing, but it always feels like, you know, they do so well. They grow, they do well, they load up on fruit, and then this always happens this time of year, because they don't really do well until it gets quite warm here. And so we're talking, you know, August, it's hot, they take off, they flourish, and then October, November comes around, they're full of nice fruit, but we don't have the heat. We don't have the heat at this point to get our ripened figs. So sometime I will win. I will find a way. Not sure how it's going to work out yet, but that'll be something I'm going to work on. Okay, guys. So that's what's happened this week here. We're going to be on our live very soon, probably within the next hour or so, because like I said, it's a very small weekend window for me. And I wanted to take some time to jump on here, catch up with you guys, and I look forward to eventually being able to do some constant filming to kind of get you guys up to speed here. Unfortunately, we're also going into our winter months where things get very dormant. You know, the day-to-day stuff has to be done because we're going to get to the point where the waters are frozen. That's the other thing I got to do. Whoa, I got to keep remembering these things. I have to dig out all the water heaters, make sure I have enough. But it's getting to the point where at night it's getting below freezing, and it'll get to the point where it's going to get way colder than that. Thanks for popping on. Thanks for supporting the channel, guys. We really do appreciate it, and I do hope to we're gonna get one of these trampolines down today. That's on our get done list. So, but anyway, I do hope you keep coming around. Show us some love. Show us some love. Give us a thumbs up. Sub to the channel if you don't. If you think you might be interested in some of our past videos, because we do have some pretty cool stuff on there. And if you don't mind coming back, visiting, because eventually my feast and famine situation will work. Because right now we're in a bit of a feast. Because you know I'm an automotive worker, not an assembly worker, but parts. But anyway, very, very busy. For some reason, the demand for our product is very high right now, and like it's you know, it's up and down. That's just the nature of the business, and right now it's up, and it requires a lot of extra overtime. So that won't last. It never does. So I will get back to being here, doing what I like to do, and having you guys watch along. See you next time, guys. Thank you.